He wanted the devil. Well, you got him.
So while I was discussing moving in an apartment with a friend of mine and his girlfriend, I was scrolling through Twitter and I found a link to this. It should be illegal for liberal scum to move to red states. While appearing on Bill Deagle's NutriMedical Report show yesterday, right-wing commentator Josh Bernstein declared that it should be illegal for liberal scum from blue states to move to red states if they are going to be changing the dynamics and voting patterns of a conservative state. Bernstein warned that the main goal of the Democrats is to figure out a way to turn Texas blue. I don't see a problem with that. Which would mean the end of the country. Which is bullshit. And so he said conservatives need to figure out a way to keep these California liberal idiots, not all of us are like those idiots in California, from relocating to Texas and changing its political allegiance. They're bringing their disgusting, demonic filth with them. I almost wish we could have a thing where you're not allowed to move to another state based on how you vote. I know it sounds extreme. I'm so tired of having good red states being trained for scum from blue states. Change the dynamic and the voting patterns of these states. They're bringing all that crap that they just left to the red states. It would be wonderful if we could find a way to keep them from coming to these red states. I'm pretty sure this guy would be mad if he saw someone on the internet saying, a liberal saying, we gotta find a way to keep conservatives from coming to our liberal utopias with their hatred and their Islamophobia, racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, religious intolerance, and all that. Just he would be saying, well, conservatives can go wherever they want if we want to turn the whole country red. And of course, there's some audio, and it's just a bunch of slanderous bullshit.
She said Pelosi is another one. She said I think yesterday or the day before, that their number one strategy is to figure out a way to turn Texas blue.
Right.
And if Texas goes blue, that's the end of the country. It's over. It's over
Right.
at that point. There's too many electoral votes to be able to come back from. They know it. We know it. We've got to defend Texas. It is the Alamo. It is the political Alamo. We've got to make sure that our last stand is in Texas and do not let that state go blue, because if it goes blue, it's over. And I know Kyle Mantila and Right Wing Watch are listening, and they're probably licking their chops trying to figure out a way to help. But there's people like me and you and many others that are going to fortify Texas and make sure that that stays red for the future, because we cannot let that go. And Nancy just, spilled the beans on her strategy. She said that Texas is going to be their number one target.
Right.
You've got Houston, you've got Austin, you've got San Antonio, you've got Dallas. I mean, these are all areas where these California liberal idiots have moved in for the jobs, by the way, because their bankrupted S-hole state is in such bad damage and crapping on the streets and defecating and urinating on the streets and giving out, heroin needles to people and everything else, that those people are trying to get away from all that. And so where are they going? They're going to Texas.
With their democratic ideas to Texas. Isn't that weird? They escape the democratic destruction.
Their disgusting demonic filth with them,
Yeah.
I swear, I would say this. I almost wish that we could have a thing where you're not allowed to move to another state based on how you vote. I know that sounds extreme, but I'm so tired of having good red states be infiltrated by scum from the blue states and changing the dynamics and the voting patterns of these states. I mean, look at Colorado, for instance. Colorado is a bright red state. Arizona is now a pink state. It's not even bright red anymore. Even Texas is getting a little pink. Georgia's getting a little pink. Why? Because these liberals, and I'll say it, are moving into these states Why? Because they've bankrupted their blue states and they've got nowhere else to go. So if they want to make a living and support themselves and their families, they have to go to the red states. But the problem is they're bringing all of the crap that they just left and destroyed with them, that kind of baggage, to the red states. It would be wonderful if we could figure out a way to keep them from coming into these red states.
You know what I saw and heard in that entire thing? Just slander. Just frothing at the mouth. I hate liberals so much. They're so tolerant and accepting of others. I hate them. They shouldn't be allowed to come here. I'm afraid of them. They accept other people. I grew up hating others. I don't want to hear tolerance. I hate liberals. And peeing in the comment about peeing in the streets. Okay, that's what people do when they get drunk. They go to a bar, they start a fight, they get kicked out of the bar, and because they're still wasted, they go ah. You know, lots of people do that. No matter whether you're in a red county, he likes to pretend that conservative is just so. Yes. How do you do, sir? How's your daughter? Has she had her period yet? So I can bang her. Okay, good. I'll see her soon. Just good morning, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. And like in liberal areas, and it's just home front the revolution. If you've played the game, it's a great game. They should expand the multiplayer on that. Anyway, to where they actually do teams against each other, not just AI. Anyway, like actual. Never mind. Liberals actually tend to be a little bit more happier than conservatives. It's just, the California idiots. We agree on that California people are idiots. At least West Hollywood. That's where all the SJWs live. That everything is racist, everything is sexist, everything is homophobic, and you have to put it all out. But I will give this to California, and I wrote this a few months ago. I think I wrote this back in August. I wrote this either back in July or August of 2018. I said, and I quote, California, as much as I hate it, is an economic model. It raised taxes on the wealthy. A lot. By 2016, its economy was booming, passing France and India to become, by themselves, the world's sixth largest economy. Red states like Kansas and Louisiana, who went back to that failed trickle-down theory, are, as usual, financial catastrophes. The usual definition of insanity is trying something over and over and expecting a different result. So why is that the definition of being a Republican? It's not like we haven't tried Reaganomics before. Reagan, Bush Sr., and Bush Jr. tried it. Edit, I didn't know that Bush Sr. was actually against it. It turns out that Bush Sr., the one that died recently, was actually the one who came up with the term voodoo economics. He didn't believe in trickle down economics, but because hey, he's the president, I'm the vice president, I can't really speak out against it. It's popular among anyway. I should put now it's being tried under Trump. Under Reagan, it tripled the deficit. Under Bush Jr., it destroyed Clinton's budget surplus and brought back the deficit. Kansas is now in a recession with a huge deficit. Bill Maher said, the band Kansas has more money in it. In Louisiana, dumb fuck Bobby Jindal tried trickle-down bullshit, and the results were as you would expect. A $1 billion surplus became a $2 billion deficit. 2 million, sorry. The wealth of super rich does not trickle down to improve the economy, but tends to be amassed and sheltered in tax havens with a negative effect on the tax basis of the home economy. I don't understand it. They just be tax cuts for rich, tax cuts for rich. I think they don't care if it affects the economy. They just all they care about is to make sure they save some money. Having some pasta. This guy, this guy, the Robstein, Benstein, whatever his name is, Ensign. He's just he's afraid of liberals. He sees he sees progressives like AOC, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Ro Khanna, Nina Turner, all them, and he's afraid of us. He's afraid of the change. Conservatives are known for they want to stick to what they know, stick to what works and balance. They don't want to change anything, and they are afraid of it. They are afraid of people who are different. They are afraid of women who speak their minds. They are afraid of tolerance. Conservatives. They are known. They want to live in the days they grew up in, the days of where gays were hated, blacks were hated, and it's not just that, but also just the captains of capital. I think they were called. Just basically the management was king, and the workers they obeyed their corporate slave masters. Basically, it's in the game Mafia 3. The main antagonist. So it was with a glass of wine. Is it? Pretend this is a glass of wine. So back in my day, everybody knew their place. But now everyone's wanting equality, their slice of the pie. Our way of life doesn't work in that world. They don't like it that people are being treated equally, and they react violent. Maybe not violent, although they have. The MAGA bomber and Trump. They just they react to it just so horrendously that it just defies logic. I don't understand why these people are like this. It's as President Kennedy said, for time and the world do not stand still. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. His words are as true today as they were then. This guy, he needs help. He needs to meet a liberal. Has he met one? But he hasn't. I bet he only hears. He only knows the only thing he knows about liberals is what he sees on Fox News. There's a fair and balanced, my ass. And I know some of y'all are thinking, well, there are liberals who think the same thing about conservatives moving in their neighborhood. I understand that, but I'm saying it's still stupid. Liberals and conservatives should be allowed to move wherever they want for any reason whatsoever, no matter what they vote for. Hell, even if you vote for a communist, even if you vote communist, you should be allowed to move wherever you want. One thing that I never see is the people discuss about protections from political discrimination, and I think that's the next civil rights topic that maybe we should discuss. Because I've never seen any records of it, but I do worry because I do at work discuss my support of Bernie Sanders, and I worry if I'm ever gonna because Bernie Sanders did go up against Amazon, which is where I work, and I wonder if anyone who's with management who doesn't like workers' rights might take offense to that and say fire that man. He supports Bernie Sanders. It's just there's no actual definition protection for political rights. Like we all talk about religious affiliation, sexual orientation, but we never talk about, freedom of political orientation. Look, I don't like Republicans, but I think they should have the same rights as me. Anyway, I'm gonna, finish my dinner and play some, Star Wars Battlefront. So anyway, I want everyone to stay out there, stay progressive, and as always, may the force be with you.